That was What a Difference a Day Makes, based on the singing version of Dinah Washington and in an arrangement by Will McNichol, a very interesting and excellent British guitarist. I will teach this according to tablature that is available at his website for very little money, and in the video description below you will find the links to get there. I think it's a very interesting arrangement. It's not an easy one, but doable. And there are several techniques that make it a challenge, but you know, playing challenging pieces will make you progress. So we're in standard tuning. Here are my E's. And by the way, Will plays it on a steel string guitar, so you don't need a nylon string guitar to play this song, like this guitar. Alright, let's play the introduction, which is played relatively straight. So on the tablature you have plenty of fingerings also, indications, which I do not follow always. The difference between my style of playing and Will's playing, Will has a classical background, so he will fret that G chord with all his fingers, and I will use a thumb. So that's the difference. So we're starting with a C major 9 chord. And then Will goes with the second finger, but I use my first finger to go to the second fret. So, and then in the second bar we have a C chord. And it's important that you play this 5th fret, the 3rd string with your second finger. So you slide down and you already have your F chord, which I do with a temp rap, and Will with a bar chord. So one more time. And then we have 2 beats. Just, well, slide over the strings, the bass strings, and try to hold your finger a bit like this, a bit curved, so the nail doesn't get stuck between the strings. So for 2 beats, and then you get a G7 chord, and rake up and mute. And then the melody starts, which is played with a little bit of swing. What a difference, like that. And then in bar 5 we have a D minor chord. I will go on with 2 bars at a time. So we're starting in bar 5 with a D minor, and you're gonna need 3 fingers to do all those arpeggios. And Will, being having a classical background, probably uses the 3rd finger for the 1st string, the middle finger for the 2nd string, and the index for the 3rd string. I'm not that consequent, so I sometimes do it different. But for the arpeggios, you're gonna need 3 fingers. And in the 3rd beat we go D minor 7. So you keep your 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, from the D minor to the D minor 7 with a little half bar there. Open, 2nd fret, open, triplet, and then we have in the 6th bar the G7. And a quick change to a G suspended. And Will does here a slide, and I prefer a hammer. I think it's about the same thing. Quick change to that G suspended. Just the 1st fret open, open, and the 3rd fret on the bass string. So one more time those bars 5 and 6. And bars 7 and 8, we have a C6 partial. And you'll notice maybe that the bass, it's like in a blues a monotonic bass, you could say. For example, measure 7. So if you take that into account, you will, I think, understand better what's going on with all the notes and which notes you have to cram into one beat. And in the last 2 beats of measure 8, we go into a C minor 6, 1, 2, 1. Back to our D minor 7 in bar 9. Sorry. And that's maybe difficult to do like this, but it works. You could do, because in the last bar it is a C chord, like that, and then go to the G7. Fingerings are something, I think, personal. Do whatever works for you, and if the result is there, then don't worry about it. I do this because then these notes will ring on longer if I don't change chords. G7. And here I use a temp wrap for that 3rd beat of measure 10. Open and then and use your 2nd finger to get that 10th fret 2nd string. Alright, one more time, bars 9 and 10. Arpeggio. And this is the hardest chords, the C minor 7, C major 7. It looks like a minor chord, but you have to turn your index finger so it covers the 7th fret on the E bass string, sorry, the 8th fret, and the 7th fret on the 1st E string. And I will take some time to get it right, but eventually it will work. So you slide like that, bars 11 and 12. So we have that chord there, and then you're gonna have to change fast. I'm leaving my 3rd finger on the 4th string. In Will's rendition I don't hear that slide, but since I keep my finger there you will hear a slide, but it works. So you go to the 3rd fret, that was bar 11, and that was a G6 like this, 5, 4, 5, 3. And then we change to a C chord, partial, arpeggio, open strings there. And then use your 3rd finger to slide from the 1st fret on the 2nd string to the 3rd fret. And this is a B minor 11, and you have to use a half bar for the 5th and the 3rd string. And so you have the open 1st string, that's important. It's not a full bar, it's a half bar, you could say. And that's why you're going to use the 3rd finger, the 2nd finger to the 3rd fret. So you're already prepared for that chord. So bars 13 and 14. And notice also that in much cases, and there's what's important there is listening. Listening is half the battle. Much of the first notes on every bar are muted after you play them, like here. And here in the E7, in bar 14, I'm muting with my picking hand. I'm resting my middle finger on the string after I picked it. So bars 13 and 14 one more time. Bars 15 and 16, A minor. So you have the A minor. In the tablature, it is the chord is shown as one open 1st fret. So I'm not sure how I should play that 2nd fret on the 4th string. I don't care. I just play the bass, and the 2nd string, the 4th string might ring a little bit, but it's not really picked. That's what I want to make clear. Pinky goes to the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Open. And back to that A minor chord, but with F sharp in the 6th string. And then slide with your pinky. And then I fret with my 3rd finger, the 2nd and the 3rd string, and with my 2nd finger, the 5th string on the bass. And then I release it, 4th fret on the bass, and then change to this chord in bar 17. So one more time, bars 15 and 16. That was bars 17 and 18. So this is in A minor 11, 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret. And in the when we change to that D7 and playing the open 4th string there. Again that open. Nice movement there. And in bars 18, I'm going with my second finger to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, pinky, and then I form the last note of bar 18. I form already my G7 and let it ring that D note there. So one more time, 17 and 18. That's also a highlight of this song, that bass run in bar 20. So bar 19 is D minor 7 on the 5th fret, add the pinky to the 8th fret, open, and a G7, your C7 position moved up, and then we have, and in the tablature you will find the correct fingering as I do it. You have to execute those hammers and pull-offs really carefully. Open, and then in bar 21, D minor. And then the song repeats more or less with slight variations. So, bar 21. And then our G7. Hammer on. And that G6. That was bar 23 and 24. One more time. D minor 7, bars 25 and 26. Again, that movement in the bass there. G7. And a G7. And do a G. Arpeggios. And I use a temp rap to get that 3rd fret on the 6th string, that G note, so I can play with my pinky the A note on the 1st string and sliding down to a G7. And this is also for the right hand a challenge, because we have to do temp index middle on the 5th, 4th and 3rd string, and the ring finger, your 3rd finger there, goes to the 1st string. So that's the 2nd string is not played. So one more time, slowly. And in bar 39 and 30 we go to an F major 7. And that F major there, that's a very quick change. And in the beginning I thought, no, that's not possible. That 3rd fret, 3rd string, followed by this chord. But well, it's possible. Lift. And then so we have that B flat 7, 5, 6, 6. You add the pinky to the 7th fret 3rd string. And you remove the pinky to get that C note there and that B note. And again. Those are bars 31 and 32. So we have a G chord, sorry, a C chord. 6 suspended is the correct name. I looked it up. It's like a C chord, but with a pinky on the 3rd fret 1st string and the 2nd string. And then that C minor 6. Note that muting there. It's essential to get the melody out there. And our D minor 7. And slowing down that G 7. And take care if you go the open A string and you don't want to keep it ringing, so if you play like me and use the thumb wrap, you have to wrap it as much so you can mute that 5th open string. And then slide, harmonic, and bar 35. That's what we did in the introduction. And there Will goes to that nasty chord there. And he even makes it nastier by playing it. And then something like that, but I didn't like it. That harmonic, that artificial harmonic on the 29th fret, my God, where is that? And it never comes out nicely in my case, so I looked for something else. So bar 35. So bar 36 I simply play a C chord and I slide up and I have all the notes except the G there that are in Will's chord. So 5th string, oh sorry, yeah, sorry, like this. So it's 5th fret, sorry, 7th fret, 5th, 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 and 7th fret, and here the harmonic is much easier. It's a different harmonic, but it's also a nice one. Artificial harmonics is you fret the 7th fret, so 12 frets higher. You put your index finger and you touch it lightly and pick with your pinky or another finger, and you get an artificial harmonic. If you're interested in artificial harmonics and a beautiful melody, check out Chet Atkins' When You Wish Upon a Star. Pretty much all the song is played with artificial harmonics, very beautiful. So that's it for What a Difference a Day Makes. Nice arrangements. And check out Will's website and his YouTube channel. And he has quite a few tabs, also some, let's say, easy tabs. They're bundled in a booklet, and you can get those either in hard copy or digital. So check him out. Very, very good artist.